Hey, what's going on, guys? Let's do this problem right here. The question is asking whether this one converges or diverges. So to find that one, actually this one is 1 right here. This is 1. And here, let's look at the first one. If you notice, we have in the top we have 5 power n, but in the bottom we have n plus 2, right? So whenever we have something like this, we try to bring both of them in the same power. So what we can do is we can separate this bottom. So sigma n is equal to 1 to infinity 5 power n. So like when we have power, and if I write this one as this expression, it's going to be the same thing, because multiplication, when we multiply, the powers adds together, and when we subtract, that one subtract, right? So that's the relationship with power. So we can separate this one like this. Since 1 over 9 is a constant, I can move it to the front. So this is going to be 1 over 9. This 3 square, I move it to the front. And we have sigma n is equal to 1 to infinity. N is going from 1 to infinity. Then we have 5 power n over 3 power n. Now we can take the power n common. So this is going to be 1 over 9. N is equal to 1, infinity, 5 over 3 power n, right? So whenever we take the common power, and whatever the value within this bracket, that's going to be the r, right? Whenever we have series, and if the r is between -1 and 1, it converges. But here, if you look at this one, phi is going to be something like 3.1, something like that, right? And divide by 3. The top numerator is bigger than the denominator, so it's going to be definitely higher than 1. So if it's higher than 1, we automatically know that this one diverges. So we don't have to do anything else. So we can conclude this whole function diverges. So let's look at the second question and determine whether it converges or diverges. So first of all, if you look at this one, we have n square, and we can't really separate the power right here. It looks like a limit problem, right? So whenever I see a power square like n square and divided by this kind of thing, it looks like a limit problem. So let's take the limit and see whether we can find whether it converges or diverges, right? So let's take the limit. So limit n approaches infinity, n square over 2n square minus 1. So whenever we have something like this, we divide this one by highest power and then find out whether final value. And if we solve this one with the limit method, it says that if it's not equal to 0, like if it's not equal to 0, then it's diverges automatically. So if we have limit n approaches 0, n approaches infinity, an not equal to 0, then sigma an diverges. So that's the main concept. So here we have to see whether it is not equal to 0. If it's not equal to 0, we can directly say it diverges, right? So here we have to divide by the highest power. Oh, there's a short method, because we have bottom and top powers are same for the first value. So if the powers are same for the first value, we can take this value. This is going to be the final value. If you divide everything by highest power, you will get the same answer. The answer is going to be 1 over 2, right? So that's going to be the answer. Since 1 over 2 it's not equal to 0, we can conclude this one diverges. So that's going to be the final answer. I hope you guys find this video helpful. See you next time.